Why did Nietzsche challenge Stoicism? Was he really against it? Imagine standing face to face with Friedrich Nietzsche, the fiery philosopher who declared, "God is dead." Now, picture beside him a Stoic thinker like Marcus Aurelius, calm and unwavering. One man sees suffering as an obstacle to be crushed. The other views it as an inevitable part of life to be accepted with grace. But what if I told you that Nietzsche's battle with Stoicism was not as simple as rejection or hatred? What if, hidden within his critique, there was actually an unexpected admiration for the Stoics? Stick with us as we uncover the real relationship between Nietzsche and Stoicism, one of the most misunderstood philosophical debates of all time. Nietzsche's intellectual evolution. From faith to radical thought. To understand Nietzsche's view on Stoicism, we must first understand how his philosophy evolved. Born into a devout Christian family, Nietzsche initially studied theology with the intention of becoming a pastor, like his father. However, his exposure to philosophy, especially Arthur Schopenhauer's pessimism, began to shift his worldview. Schopenhauer taught that life was suffering, and the best one could do was detach from worldly desires to minimize pain. At first, Nietzsche resonated with this idea, but over time, he rejected Schopenhauer's passive resignation. Instead of escaping suffering, he sought to harness it. This is where he started to diverge from Stoicism. The Stoics taught endurance, accepting fate, and adapting to it. Nietzsche, however, wanted to transform fate, to impose one's will upon it. This core difference shaped his critique of Stoicism and influenced his philosophy of the will to power. Nietzsche's bold critique, the fraud of Stoic detachment. Nietzsche's most direct attack on Stoicism comes in his book, Daybreak, where he challenges the Stoic idea of living according to nature. He writes, "You desire to live according to nature? Oh, you noble Stoics! What fraud of words! Imagine a being like nature, wasteful, beyond measure, indifferent, beyond measure, without purpose, without consideration, without pity or justice." Nietzsche paints a stark picture. Nature is chaotic, immoral, and indifferent. Yet the Stoics claim to align themselves with nature. To Nietzsche, this is delusional. Nature does not care for human morality or suffering. It does not reward virtue or punish vice. To claim otherwise, he argues, is to impose human ideals onto an indifferent universe. Nietzsche also believed that Stoicism encouraged passivity. Stoics advise, "Do not wish for things to happen as you want, but wish them to happen as they do." Nietzsche, on the other hand, saw this as submission. Instead of accepting fate, he urged individuals to conquer it. His famous words, "What does not kill me makes me stronger," capture this philosophy perfectly. For Nietzsche, suffering was not something to be endured with indifference, but rather something to be used as a tool for transformation. He argued that the greatest individuals in history, artists, warriors, visionaries, did not merely accept suffering, they wielded it to reshape the world. Stoicism as a form of self-tyranny? Beyond resignation, Nietzsche saw another danger in Stoicism: self-deception. He accused the Stoics of forcing themselves into an unnatural mindset that denied their true instincts. In Beyond Good and Evil, he argues, "With all your love for truth, you have forced yourself so long, so persistently, and with such hypnotic rigidity, to see nature falsely, that is to say, stoically, that you are no longer able to see it otherwise." To Nietzsche, Stoicism was a mental fortress that individuals built around themselves, convincing themselves that suffering was good rather than something to be fought against. He compared this to Christianity's slave morality, a system that encourages people to embrace weakness and obedience, rather than striving for greatness. This is a radical claim, and one that remains hotly debated today. Was Nietzsche right? Are Stoics merely deceiving themselves, pretending that suffering is virtuous rather than oppressive? Or is there wisdom in their approach? Nietzsche's unexpected admiration for the Stoics Despite his harsh critiques, Nietzsche did not completely reject Stoicism. In fact, he saw value in certain aspects of it. He admired Epictetus, the former slave-turned-philosopher, for his sheer resilience. Nietzsche wrote, "A silent and self-sufficient man, existing in the lowest social classes, defending himself alone against the outer world, and constantly living in a state of the highest fortitude." This is an almost heroic depiction of the Stoic ideal. Unlike Christianity, which Nietzsche saw as encouraging dependence on God, Stoicism promoted self-reliance. He respected the Stoic ability to endure hardship without seeking external validation. Furthermore, Nietzsche's own concept of amor fati, the idea of loving one's fate, bears striking similarities to Stoicism. Both philosophies accept suffering as an unavoidable part of life. However, Nietzsche took it a step further. Instead of merely accepting suffering, he believed one should embrace and transform it into strength. Who was right, Nietzsche or the Stoics? So, where does this leave us? Should we side with Nietzsche's will to power the idea that we must struggle against fate and mold it in our image? Or should we adopt Stoicism's approach, learning to flow with life's hardships and remain unshaken? The answer may not be black and white. In some situations, Stoic detachment can be valuable, especially when facing circumstances beyond our control. But in other moments, Nietzsche's call to rise above suffering and reshape our destiny may be the better path. In the end, both philosophies offer profound insights. Nietzsche challenges us to reject passivity and pursue greatness, while Stoicism teaches us to remain calm in the face of life's storms. Perhaps the true wisdom lies in knowing when to embrace each approach. So, what do you think? Was Nietzsche right to criticize Stoicism, or did he misunderstand its true power? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into philosophy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Until next time, stay curious, challenge ideas, and never stop questioning.